Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, proud to be the world's #1 community for brilliant childcare leaders. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Elif Childcare Insurance. Give Blake a call at 972-232-2258 to get a free quote on childcare business insurance today. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast our hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Welcome to episode 39 of the Childcare Genius podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Ready for a power-packed episode today? We're going to be interviewing Ernesta Battle of the Two New Heights Child Development Center in Washington, D.C. Today, we're getting to know Ernesta, as I call her, Dr. Battle, somebody whom I've been coaching for many months about her school and why she's diversified into a new business venture. And she's going to be living her best life. Very unique to see one single center owner who actually does not involved in her school really at all. She's a remote owner. And she's going to talk a little bit about today about how other owners can have that same exact lifestyle and actually kind of diversify into something else if they want to do that. And it's an amazing interview.
So let's get Ernesta on the line. Hi, Ernesta. Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Carol. How about yourself?
I'm doing wonderful.
Hi, Ernesta. Good to see you.
Hi,
Just
Brian.
talking to you. It's been a couple weeks since I've talked to you. So how are things?
Things are going great. Things are great with us, honestly.
Can you tell our listeners where you're located at?
I am located in Washington, D.C., and I'm the proud owner of Two New Heights Child Development Center.
Awesome. And how did you get into the childcare business?
Wow. Well, I've been an educator for over 27 years, and I was working in a local school system in the superintendent's office, and I just got fed up with the bureaucracy and said, you know what, it's time to do my own thing.
Wow. And
That's
what year was
awesome.
that?
Wow, that was 2006. 2006.
So 17 years you've been doing childcare. You have one location near DC. How big is your school?
We're licensed for 98 children.
Okay, so you got a good sized program.
Yes.
What's the thing you like most about childcare?
The children.
Yeah, they're the fun part, aren't they?
the children. And, you know, since I was an educator, I started at elementary level and just catching them before they go to elementary school, just trying to pour into them before they make it to that next step.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Can you tell our listeners how much involvement you have with the day-to-day operations of your childcare business?
Well, lucky me. I don't have much involvement anymore. I used to be hands-on there from opening to close, but now I have 2 directors, a lead director, and then I have her assistant, and they allow me the opportunity to not be there anymore. They're awesome. They run the center like it's their own center, so that frees me up to do my own thing.
It's so nice. I talk to center owners all the time that have one location like you, who are involved in every decision. They're there from open to close. They're stressed out. And yet you have very little involvement, which you delegate everything and you're living your best life because you're only doing things you absolutely want to do. And I love working with you and helping you get that.
Yes.
So you recently started a travel agency so that you could live in your unique genius. Your unique genius is doing things that you love to do and you're good at.
Yes.
And I know you love to do this. Can you tell a little bit about why you decided to open a travel agency?
Yeah, well, it all had hit me in November of last year. I took a trip to Ghana, and while there, I just felt like I have so much more to give. And I said, you know what? You travel all the time. You love traveling. You love learning about different cultures. Start your own agency, and that's what I did.
And that's amazing. So
that.
you have created a whole you diversified into a whole new business. What's the
Mhm.
name of your travel agent?
KNB Travel.
Awesome. And
Mhm.
what do you like best about being able to bring people together on trips? Now you coordinate trips for people, right?
Yes, I curate the trips. I don't do individual trips. So, for an example, you and Carol couldn't call me and say, book me a trip. What I enjoy doing, I curate group travel trips. So I plan from the beginning to the end, and then you would jump in on my group trip. Yes. So
Love
my
that.
Yeah. So I mean, so much we go to a place where like, there's so much involved in going to a place where you're planning things and you plan the whole itinerary, the travel, everything, and one right price up front and you get everything
Yeah.
included. Can you tell us a little bit about some trips you have coming up?
Yes, we're the first trip we're going to Dubai. That's in September 16th through 24th. Everything is planned from airfare to hotel and excursions. Everything is there. And all you have to do is just book your trip and show up at the airport. And we take care of everything else.
That's cool. Well, any other trips you have planned?
Yes. And then after that, we're going to Ghana. So that's where I had my epiphany. So that's a good trip to go on because someone else might have one as well.
I've always wanted to visit Africa. So what's special about Ghana? Why do you like the trip so much?
Well, you know what? It took me back to the beginning of time, before slavery. Well, not the beginning of time, but before slavery, and just knowing that I have so much more to give because of my ancestors, what they endured. I just was just doing a little of nothing. I got complacent, and I know I just still have so much more in me. So, at the child care center, my directors, they really don't want me there all the time. So I didn't have much to do. And I know it's a good thing because once I would step in and early on, the teachers would run to me because, I'm the owner. So to give them that control, I stay away. So
How were you able to get that kind of, as people would say, freedom? We call it leverage, but you bought your life back. How were you able to transition? Like, how did they know what to do? Do you have systems in place that they know?
We have systems in place. And what was very important, I fostered the relationships. Our relationship with the teachers as well as the directors, I just made sure that they knew that I cared about them. I take my staff on a retreat every year. Last year, we went on a 3-day cruise. This year, we're actually going to the Dominican Republic, and that's for the entire staff, as well as the maintenance people.
Wow.
So,
wow. Can I come work for you?
Sure, we would love to have you. So
You might have to put me in the infant room though. I can't run after toddlers anymore. And I don't do yoga. So do you do yoga at your school?
we do yoga.
All right. Okay. Sorry. I'm out. I can't. My body doesn't do that. So I'm
Well,
out.
you can do the soccer. We have soccer as well.
Oh, okay. But I'd have to move to DC. So
Yes.
yeah, too cold there.
So yeah, I think what was really key for me was having the systems in place and also fostering the relationships. My staff knows that I care about them, and they scream that to everyone, that they're going to make sure they do right by me because I do right by them.
And I was, of course, kidding about working with you, but that is an amazing employee benefit that you give. Your staff must absolutely love you. You probably have a lower turnover than most because you're giving. And for an owner to do that, that is absolutely amazing. Most people would be like, how does she do that? Because she loves her people. She found a way to do that. So
I found a way to do it. Just like we know Christmas is coming every year, I know once a year I need to budget my money so I can treat the staff.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Bet they have a lot of fun.
They do.
So Brian's been coaching you and your team for the past 5 months. Can you tell the listeners what you get from the coaching?
Gosh, Brian is awesome. I look forward to working with Brian because I always step away with something that I can use in my business right away. It's something that I can just take the information and plug it right in. He's there for me. I know if all I need to do is make a phone call and he's there. And it's always encouraging words. Even when I'm a little down, he makes me realize that, you know what, you're doing a good job.
You are, and I work with Lenora and Veronica, which are your team members. I work
Mhm.
with them as much as I work with you because they're the ones who are running the school.
Yes,
And that's
yes.
what's so great about what you're doing is your people, they plugged into our coaching program.
Mhm.
They're part of our executive mentorship program. So we're training them. And
Mhm.
I work with you on making sure that you live your best life and you can do your travel agency stuff. But I work with them to make sure that the ship is running well while the captain is gone.
Yes, yes. And they're still bragging about the last training that they had. They said it was the best training. They felt like it wasn't a waste of time. So a lot of times directors feel like they're so busy, they don't want to be pulled away. And they felt like it was a good pull away because they were able to implement right away. Having those hard conversations was what they learned from Cindy.
Awesome. Yeah, we have two of our team members, Cindy Alexander and Christine McNally, who work with directors, and they are absolutely fantastic at leading our executive mentorship team. So thank you for those kind words for sure. So if somebody wanted to book a trip with you, how would they get a hold of you?
Okay, two ways. You can go to my website. It's K is in kite, N is in Nancy, B is in Brian, travelgroup.com. So it's KNB travelgroup.com, or the phone number is 202-765-6768. And if you go to the website and you plug in your email address, you will receive discounts and know about the trips as soon as they launch.
And we will put that in the show notes. Any last words of advice of any center owner for any center owner out there that maybe has one or two schools that would like to maybe pursue a different passion? Maybe daycare business is great for them, but maybe they're not living their unique genius and what they want to do, and they want to do something else. They don't have to give up their school. What advice would you give them to be able to live that best life?
To put systems in place and just go for it. You just have to have those systems in place and someone that you can trust and just go for it.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations on your business. I wanted to have you come on. I mean, I enjoy working with you, enjoy working with your team, and love the fact that you're just living your best life. You know, that's the way to truly live. Every day you probably get up and you're excited to go to work. You have passion in what you believe in, and you're making a difference in all the people that are being able to travel to countries that they probably wouldn't do so on their own.
Right.
Because they would be afraid they wouldn't know what to do. I mean, I wouldn't know what to do in Ghana. So
Right.
or in Dubai, except go to that tallest building in the world. That'd be really cool. And September's a rough month with me to go to Dubai, but someday I'm gonna have to get some advice from you on how to travel there, because it is on our bucket list to go to UAE for a visit for the Middle East.
Right. And the good thing about it is that it's group travel. You can come by yourself. Like you and Carol, you wouldn't have to feel like you have to get a group of people to come. A single person will feel comfortable going because you're with a group. You're not alone in another country.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
Don't get any ideas.
Carol, come on and join us.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Ernesta, for coming in to the Child Care Genius podcast. Really enjoyed having you here. Best of luck to you in all your adventures. We know you're going to be successful.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Okay.
That was an inspirational interview.
Oh yeah, I love that. I would love to travel to these countries, and Africa is one of the countries I wanted to visit it. And I love how she picked one of the countries, and Ghana looks like a really cool country to visit. Can't wait to see the pictures for when she comes back. And Dubai has been on both of our bucket lists to go check out the Middle East and see the world's tallest building. I mean, it's like twice as high as the Freedom Tower in New York. I mean, it's like 2,500 feet up. Be so cool to go to the top of that. So yeah, what an inspirational way to build her school, to help fund a new business venture and live your best life. And I just love working with her and working with her team. And thankfully, I can coach her team while she's busy traveling around the world, which is great. And like Ernesta, if you need help in your childcare business, or like a free coaching call with me in any area, if you're a center owner or want to open a center, just go to our website at childcaregenius.com. click on the coaching tab and say, I'd like a free coaching call with Brian. And I'll give you a 2 to 3 steps that you can take on right away and help where your business is struggling. So it's a free call. There's no cost or obligation. And we love working with owners and making a difference in the lives. And thank you so much for listening to episode 39 of the Child Care Genius podcast. It's so nice to have you listening. We've had tens of thousands of downloads of our website. It's very humbling. We're excited. And we just absolutely love providing this service to you.
And just a reminder to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Child Care Genius podcast. And we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Child Care Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Child Care Genius community.